Maybe you've felt it too. A strange stillness. A vague sense that something inside you shifted, but there was no grand event, no applause, no confirmation from the outside. Just a subtle inner knowing, a quiet click in your soul, as if a curtain had been lifted and nothing would ever look the same. Many who've walked the path of awakening describe this moment not as lightning or ecstasy, but as an unnameable shift. On forums like All Are Awakened, they speak of a sense in the air, a gentle pulse that whispers you've crossed into something new, but the world doesn't change immediately. People still speak to you the same. The mirror shows the same face, and yet you are not who you were. This is the moment we rarely speak about. The invisible turning point, not when your life changes outside, but when the way you see everything starts to transform. It's not dramatic, it's sacred, and it marks the true beginning of your real life, not the one built from fear, roles, and expectation, but the one rooted in presence, awareness, and an unshakable connection to your inner being. So if you've felt this shift, even without proof or permission, this message is for you. You're not imagining it, you're remembering. Let's explore what happens next. We were taught to think that inner growth takes decades, that healing is linear, and that transformation must crawl. But that's not always how the soul works. What if the reason you felt stuck is because you're waiting for permission from a version of you that no longer exists? In therapeutic spaces like IFS, internal family systems, a truth often emerges. Deep healing can happen instantly, not because we rushed, but because we finally felt safe. It's not about speeding up. It's about anchoring in safety. Safety is what allows the body to exhale and the soul to reveal what's ready to be released. So here's a practice. Simple yet sacred. Close your eyes. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Ask gently, is there a part of me that's afraid to change? Then listen, not with judgment, but with compassion. Let that voice speak. You might hear fear, doubt, even anger. Now say inwardly, I'm not here to force you, I'm here to understand you. We are safe now. Feel the shift? This is how true change begins. Not with pressure, but with presence. And when the inner resistance softens, life begins now. Not years from now, but in the moment you stop running from yourself. Some imagine spiritual awakening as thunder, visions, or voices from beyond. But for most, it's far more subtle, a quiet shift in perception. Adyashanti once said, awakening is not a mystical leap, it's the end of believing your thoughts. You don't become someone new, you start seeing from a new place, one that was always within you. What changes is not the world, but the way you see it. And this perception shift often starts with a moment of deep presence, of realizing, I am not the noise in my head. You can taste this now with a simple mirror ritual. Stand before a mirror, look softly into your own eyes. Don't try to analyze, just witness. Now ask, silently, who is looking through these eyes? There's a presence behind the reflection, a silent witness that isn't your name, your role, or your story. It's you before the world told you who to be. Stay there for a moment. Let yourself be seen. This is not about appearance. It's about returning to the one who sees, clear, conscious, and unconditioned. When perception shifts, life begins again. Not because the outside has changed, but because you have. It can be disorienting. You feel something powerful has shifted. A deeper peace, a subtle clarity, a strange softness in your inner world. And yet your job is the same. The people around you haven't noticed. Your bank account didn't magically change overnight. That's when doubt creeps in. Did anything really happen? But here's the sacred truth. Your vibration has already changed. And the outer world takes time to catch up. On spiritual forums, people often whisper the same confession. Inside, I've shifted so much, but outside, nothing's different yet. This isn't failure. It's the cocoon phase. The caterpillar dissolves long before wings emerge. And during this phase, it's essential to honor your inner landscape, to witness and record the quiet rebirth happening beneath the surface. Each night, ask yourself, what felt different in me today? Maybe you were more patient. Maybe a moment of beauty made you weep. Maybe you didn't react the way you used to. Write it down, even the smallest shifts. This journal becomes your proof, your map, your anchor when doubt tries to return, because the real beginning happens within, and eventually the world will reflect what you've become, in divine timing, not a moment too soon, and never too late. Not all prisons have walls. Some are built from words we believed when we were too young to question them. You're too much. You'll never be enough. Life isn't safe. Stay small, stay silent. These beliefs don't just shape thoughts, they shape energy. Invisible, yet powerful, they create an inner ceiling, and no matter how much you strive, something keeps pulling you back. But what if it's not your truth holding you down, but a story that was never yours to begin with? In the Neville, Goddard community, someone once shared, "I was chronically ill for years. Nothing helped until I changed what I believed about my body. Everything followed." That's the power of perception, of shifting your identity not through force, but through frequency. Here's a practice to break those chains. Close your eyes. Imagine a version of you who already lives free of that belief. How do they walk, breathe, speak? Feel it, not as fantasy, but as now. Now whisper inwardly, "This is who I've always been beneath the fear." You don't have to argue with the old belief. Just stop feeding it. Feed the frequency of your freedom instead, and you'll begin to see your mind isn't your enemy, it's just afraid, but love will teach it how to be free. After the inner shift, something unexpected can happen. You start feeling distant. Old friendships feel hollow. Small talk becomes unbearable. Crowded places too loud for your newly sensitized soul. You're not broken, you're adjusting to a new frequency. In many spiritual blogs, awakened souls describe a strange phase, a kind of temporary madness, feeling too awake to return to the old, yet not fully grounded in the new. Some even sense energies, emotions that don't belong to them, a psychic sensitivity that wasn't there before. And with that comes a danger, isolation. You begin to wonder, am I going crazy? But the truth is, you're becoming more real than ever. Still, even the strongest soul needs reflection, a witness, a safe space to share without being fixed, doubted, or dismissed. So here's a gentle lifeline. Find just one person, someone who listens with the heart, not the mind. Invite them in, not to advise you, but to witness you. Begin small. Can I share something I've been feeling? Without needing it to make sense. You don't need a crowd. You need connection. Because when one heart hears another in truth, we remember we're never really alone. Maybe no one told you this before. That awakening doesn't need lightning, that healing can be quiet, that life can begin without warning, in the stillness between one breath and the next. But now, you know, the inner shift is real. And even if the outside hasn't caught up, something sacred has already begun. You are not waiting for life. You are life, reawakening to itself. So let this moment become your turning point. Remember, transformation isn't slow, it's safe. Perception is the portal. Inner change often comes before outer proof. Beliefs aren't facts, they're frequencies. Solitude isn't exile, it's integration. Practice. These three keys: look in the mirror and meet your silent witness. Write your awareness, even the tiniest shift matters. Visualize your truth and live from the freedom already within. And if the path feels lonely, find one soul who sees you, even in silence. You don't need to be fully healed to begin. You only need to say, "Yes, I'm ready. I trust the shift unfolding within me. Even unseen, I know, my life begins now." Share in the comments, what is the strongest sign of your inner change? Let others feel less alone by witnessing your truth. And if this message touched you, leave a comment, like the video, share with someone on the edge, of their own beginning.